Coming up on U Central News at 4:30.
Donald Trump weighing in on the Starbucks so-called war on Christmas and his continued personal attacks on two of his top opponents. And schools on edge after the recent string of violent attacks, how Edmond teachers are keeping their classrooms safe.
Plus, today's press conference that shook the bronze and blue community. The big announcement that is sure to transform the future of UCO athletics. Your news starts now.
Live from Central Oklahoma in high definition, this is U Central News.
It's a great day at UCO. It's a great day for our student athletes. It's a great day for our coaches. It's a great day to wear the bronze and blue. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that Chad Richardson has pledged to help athletics with the largest gift in the history of UCO, $10 million.
A historic announcement right here at UCO today. Good evening, I'm Abdullah Bashiri.
And I'm Brooke MacArthur. It was the largest donation ever given to the University of Central Oklahoma. Alumni and CEO of PACOM, Chad Richardson, giving $10 million to UCO athletics.
What a difference one person could make. That's what this gentleman to my right has done. Some of you may know him as Chad Richardson, the CEO and president of PACOM. We know him as a loyal and true Bronco. He's a UCO graduate. He's a Hall of Famer. I can tell you this, he's a difference maker. And he's one of the most generous people around.
Recently, UCO kicked off their Complete the Dream campaign, raising money to build new athletic facilities. Facilities that the athletic department say are run down. Joining us live at Waltland Stadium with more information on today's historic news is U Central's sports, Trey Winfrey. Trey, you were at the press conference today, and it came as quite a surprise for all the athletes in the room.
That's right, guys. It came as quite a shock to everyone in attendance, including myself. Athletic Director Joe Mueller wasn't sure on breaking ground or a time frame for the completion of any projects. But one thing is for sure is that they aren't done collecting money just yet. His message, a donation in the form of $10 million.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that Chad Richardson has pledged to help athletics with the largest gift in the history of UCO, $10 million.
Chad Richardson, a former UCO wrestler and mass comm student, turned CEO of PACOM, wanted to leave his own mark on the UCO community.
And I'm very hopeful that the contribution that I've made today has the intended effect, and that is able to make a difference for the student athletes both in this room and out there on campus today, as well as for future generations. So thank you for coming, and thank you for letting me be a part of it.
The big announcement that came 3 days after homecoming came to a close is the embodiment of what it really means to be a UCO student, according to President Don Betts.
I just appreciate what he has done and who he is. And I think in so many ways, what he has done here speaks volumes about the kind of student that comes to this university. We have students that come to us from all parts of the metro and all parts of the state, et cetera. And they come and get their degrees, and then they reinvest their lives and their entrepreneurship and their abilities back into the community.
This isn't the end, however. To complete the goals of Make the Dream, the ultimate goal is to bring in $5 more million to provide for athletic facilities for all sports. From Waltland Stadium, I'm Trey Winfrey, U Central News.
Thanks, Trey. Continuing team coverage of today's big announcement is U Central Sports' Garrett Scott. Garrett, we certainly did not expect this news here at U Central today, but it was a surprise to everyone on campus. What do UCO's biggest fans think?
Well, Abdullah, our biggest fans had mixed reactions in lieu of the big announcement. We went out across campus today to hear what the students thought of about $10 million being given to athletics.
So a UCO alum from the MassCom building just donated $10 million to the sports department. What do you think about it?
I think that's really good. I think we need more money for our sports, and yeah.
All right, great. Thank you. simple.
In the near future, coaches will have some of the state-of-the-art facilities along with a new academic center, also a new modern athletic training center. UCO athletic director said today that with this donation, the university will now be able to build a north end zone at Watland Stadium. Reporting in the studio tonight, Garrett Scott, U Central News. Let's take a look outside of the weather.
Right now.
Thank you, Garrett. It sure is an exciting day here at UCO. We'll start to see a lot of changes around campus, but for now, let's take a look outside at our beautiful campus. Fall is now here, so let's get a first look at what to expect from our future weather forecaster, Jeff Gonzalez.
Beautiful is right, Abdullah. Right now we're at 72. The sun is out. It's feeling good. We've got a little bit of that wind right now. It feels like 69 because of that wind, and the humidity just about 56. Looking ahead at this week, though, we have a really windy day tomorrow. It should be up to about 26, 27 miles per hour, so you're going to want to know that's about to happen. Make sure those hats you're wearing are connected to your head. And a nice dry weekend. The football is going to be great. We don't look like we have any rain. It's going to be about the mid-60s, but we should start seeing some rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Back to you, Abdullah.
Thank you, Jeff. Nearly 3 months after the stabbing death of Oklahoma's Labor Commissioner Mark Costello, Governor Mary Fallin has now filled the position with a new replacement. Melissa McLaughlin Houston, the current Chief of Staff to the Oklahoma Attorney General, was appointed today to be the state's Labor Commissioner until January 2019. Fallin says she gave serious consideration to Costello's widow, Kathy Costello, who also wanted the job.
Gun control has been a hot topic in the headlines lately, with part of the problem coming from school shootings. This often raises the question, should guns be allowed in the classroom? Katrina Butcher has more on the story.
The threat of school shootings are becoming more popular in the headlines. The debate over guns being allowed in the classroom has started to cause an uproar.
I believe teachers should be allowed to have guns in school. If I am in my classroom with 23 students and there's an intruder in the building intending to hurt us or others, I need to have a way to protect myself and them. I have been an avid hunter since 10 years old. I don't think that teachers should be able to just come in willy-nilly with a gun. I think that they absolutely need different kinds of training, go and take all kinds of courses, maybe even every 6 months.
Since 2013, there have been over 150 school shootings in the United States, making that on average nearly one per week. Here at home, concealed guns are only allowed in the parking lots of a locked vehicle. Our neighbor states like Texas, Arkansas, and Kansas allow concealed guns only by law, but the school is able to decide who carries it and its location on campus. Many believe if guns will be in the classroom, extensive training should take place. In Edmond, Katrina Butcher, U Central News.
With Oklahoma being known as an open carry state, you must be 21 years old to buy a gun through a licensed firearms dealer. For more information on gun laws, you can visit www.nraila.org. Still to come after the break, tension continues in Columbia, Missouri. How students at the University of Missouri are reacting to the resignation of President Tim Wolf.
And UCO students put in their 2 cents on the $10 million donation headed to the athletics department. Stay with us. More tonight on the scandal playing out at the University of Missouri. President Timothy Wolf has now formally resigned. The resignation stemmed from students claiming that administrators were allowing racist activities to take place on Mizzou's campus. Roche Madden talked to students about their thoughts of his resignation.
Students wonder if Tim Wolf's resignation will really stop racism on campus.
Someone stepping down that had nothing to do with any of the, he wasn't personally going out telling kids, calling them N-words and whatnot. He wasn't out there doing the racial crimes.
A law student says the president couldn't punish people for yelling racial slurs, that freedom of speech is at stake.
Well, the Supreme Court has reiterated, I know at least in Tinker as well as some other rulings, that students have free speech rights on campus.
Speech people like and speech people hate. It is a chilly night at Mizzou, but the tent city is still in place. I asked why they were still here. One man says they want to look at the stars. Earlier, the quad erupted in an outburst of joy minutes after the president resigned. People hugged, and many linked arm in arm, a sign of solidarity. They had won.
It's not just about Tim Wolf resigning, but it's about just getting equal rights with different things on campus.
As of now, Mizzou has not released their plans on replacement for Wolf.
An appeals court ruling could be a loss for the Obama administration in their final year in the White House. The president's controversial executive actions on immigration has been blocked for now. A federal appeals court upheld a lower court's ruling blocking the executive orders. The panel of judges ruled 2-1 that the lower court did not abuse its discretion when it decided challengers would likely succeed in court. Texas and 25 other states filed a complaint over the actions, saying the programs were an overreach of executive power and did not comply with the Administrative Procedure Act, a law that sets forward how federal agencies can establish regulations. The Obama administration is expected to take the appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Controversy that is rocking the nation. A former pastor has been slamming Starbucks for its latest holiday coffee cups. The cups are plain red without the Christmas ornaments the coffee chain used in the past. Joshua Feuerston, who calls himself a social media personality, says that Starbucks hates Jesus. He posted a Facebook video that tells customers how to trick baristas into writing Merry Christmas on the cups. And he's asking those customers to later post photos of those cups on Twitter. Feuerstein claims the video has had more than 10 million views. Starbucks says the cups are meant to encourage customers to tell Christmas stories in their own way.
Well, certainly this cup has been doing a lot of controversy. And guess who got in the mix? None other than Donald Trump. He took the opportunity to add his opinion and suggested people boycott Starbucks yesterday after the coffee company said it was taking holiday symbols off its coffee cups. The new cup is just red with a Starbucks logo, and Trump, speaking in Springfield, Illinois, gave his opinion on that.
No more Merry Christmas on Starbucks, no more. I wouldn't buy. Hey, look, I'm speaking against myself. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously, I don't care.
Trump went on to say if he's elected president, everyone will say Merry Christmas again. With so much buzz on this U Central went to our local Starbucks here on the UCO's campus to see what students had to say about the new cups and Trump's suggested boycott.
Starbucks isn't a Christian company, so why should they feel pressured to have Christmas-themed cups?
I'm not a Christian, but for me, it doesn't really matter if it's red cups or snowflakes. The time I see a red, for me, that's Christmas. That's how I associate. So I don't know what's the big deal is all about.
I think they should do both. Instead of just have religious cups and non-religious cups. Just bam, tolerance. That's what.
Would you join Donald Trump in anything, in a petition to do anything? He's just trying to get his Christian votes, and he's a joke.
He's just looking for what to do to get attention on social media. So, yeah.
And I love Starbucks, so I'm gonna go get a coffee, and I don't care what color is it.
Thanks, Abdullah, and we'll see if this issue comes up in tonight's Republican debate. It will be the fourth GOP debate tonight, and with the primaries approaching rapidly, this may be the last chance for some of the presidential hopefuls, and last chance for them to grab votes. CNN's Emily Schmidt takes a look at the lineup of the upcoming debate.
It's good to see you, gentlemen.
This is what the top of the Republican field looked like during the first GOP debate back in August. Things have changed. Scott Walker dropped out, Carly Fiorina moved up, and Chris Christie and Mike Huckabee are headed to Tuesday's undercard debate on Fox Business Network.
This is a strange election, isn't it?
Donald Trump is still stage center, leading the group, but with less breathing room. The latest CNN ORC poll of Iowans shows him with 25% support, Ben Carson 2 points behind. Marco Rubio at 13%, high enough to get Trump's attention in a series of tweets calling Rubio a total lightweight, a highly overrated politician. Fourth in the poll, Jeb Bush is looking to recharge his performance with this just-released ad.
My record of government, I think, shows the path of what could happen in Washington.
Most of the candidates are spending hours before the Milwaukee, Wisconsin debate out of the public eye, with the exception of Rand Paul talking about charter schools.
If the school in your neighborhood's not good, maybe having the choice to go to another school ought to be your opportunity and your choice.
And John Kasich shooting baskets with the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks made the playoffs this year.
Sort of like Kasich, he's going to take this whole people, not just to 6 games, but he's going to win it in 7.
A sports analogy getting its test when the basketball arena moves to the political one. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Tonight's debate will be broadcast on Fox Business. The channel number will vary by provider. Coming up after the break, we'll check in with Jeff for a look at your U-Central weather forecast. But as we go to break, let's take a look outside at the University of Central Oklahoma. Stay with us.
Welcome back, Edmond. Let's take a look at tonight. 6 p.m. it's going to be about 66, 10 p.m. 64, and it's just going to stay about in that mid-60s through tomorrow morning. As you can see, this is when the wind really starts to pick up and start to go a lot faster. Right now, 74 here, about 87 up in Miami, the Tulsa area. It's a little hotter there, but throughout the rest of the state, we're looking at about mid-70s to low 70s. Right now, let's go ahead and move on to the U.S. satellite. And as you can see, there's a very large storm up in the northeast. That sounds about right. And a little bit of clouds in the Rocky Mountains, some clouds in the Midwest. Nothing really hitting us right now or moving up this way, just that wind coming. The lows for tonight, 62 for us, and then considerably colder in the western part of the state, a little bit warmer in the eastern. It's not going to be too bad traveling around tonight, maybe just a light jacket, nothing crazy. And tomorrow we're looking at about the mid-60s, really a lot of varying temperatures across the state. 67 for us right in the middle. The sun is going to be out, just going to have that wind. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. 74 right now. We've got a little bit of cloud today and tomorrow, but the sun is going to be out through the weekend with just a little bit of chance of rain tomorrow, but a really small amount. 74, we've got mid-60s through the weekend. It is going to get pretty cold at night into those 30s. But then as we see starting on Sunday, we do have a chance of rain hitting us, and it's going to get just a little bit colder. Let's go see what Trey's got for sports.
Thanks, Jeff. Coming up in sports, there's a new team in town. The Thunder hit the road, and I'll have my picks as to who's in and who's out of the college football playoff. All that and more after the break. Well, there's more big news for the OKC Metro. Today, Sold Out Strategies owner Brad Lund announced at UConn High School today that Rayo Vallecano will have a farm team at UConn next year. Rayo OKC will be the first investment made by a team from La Liga, the top soccer league in Spain that consists of FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. Rayo OKC, or the Oklahoma City Lightning, will play their home games at UConn's football stadium. The 6,000-seat stadium, built 4 years ago, will be the home site for many soccer games throughout the spring and fall. The only question that remains is whether there is enough soccer fans in the Metro to support the energy and the Lightning. Only time will tell. The Thunder are back in action tonight, and it's got Thunder fans buzzing. This is the only time that the Thunder will travel to Washington, D.C. to take on the Wizards. If you'll remember, Kevin Durant said early in the summer that D.C., his hometown, has a real chance to land him in free agency coming up in the summer of 2016. As for the here and now, the Thunder are 4-3 right now, and the play of Durant and Westbrook has been electrifying all year. Durant is averaging 30 points a game and chipping in 7 boards per, while Russell has contributed 26 points a game and leads the league in assists with almost 11 per game. Tip-off is at 6 and can be seen on NBA TV. Breaking news in the NFL that might strike close to the heart of your fantasy team. Andrew Luck will be out 2 to 6 weeks with a lacerated kidney. The injury happened Sunday night against the Broncos on Sunday Night Football. Luck took hits from the vicious pass rush of Denver all night and had already been trying to play through a broken rib and hurt shoulder. Matt Hasselbeck is expected to take over the reins of the Indianapolis Colts offense in a weak AFC South division. Well, tonight is the night that the playoff committee will release their new version of the top 4. Last week, the committee shocked a lot of people here in Oklahoma when they put not one, but 2 SEC teams in the Final Four. Alabama snuck in the top 4 when many analysts were thinking a Big 12 team might get the nod. These are my picks for the second release of the Final Four. This week, I'm going to stick with Clemson at 1 after they beat Florida State on the road. Alabama slides to number 2 after beating LSU in convincing fashion. Ohio State stays at 3 as they continue to play the weaker teams of the Big Ten. And I'm giving Oklahoma State the nod at number 4, based on their surge in the coaches poll and the AP poll. Now, these aren't official, but you can catch the official rankings at 7 on ESPN. That's all for sports, but to stay up to date on everything Bronco sports, including more information about the $10 million donation, you can catch all the action at broncosports.com or follow them on Twitter at UCO Athletics. We have more weather and news after the break. We'll be right back.
Looking at the 7-day, what I'm really excited about is seeing this weekend. Even though it's going to be cold, as we're getting towards the sports, especially on Friday and Saturday when we're going to be out the mid-60s, it's just going to be a really gorgeous day, especially for some great football this weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Trey, that was some big news today, the $10 million. What do you think about that?
I think it's long overdue. We need new facilities for all the sports teams. So I mean, it's a right step. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to open up so many opportunities, to become better. And what's going to be next after this?
After that, you never know. We might bring in a new bring in a new soccer team.
Hopefully, we'll have a men's soccer team.
Maybe.
Yeah.
More. You get more. Facilities bring in recruits. So it's a big step.
Absolutely.
And money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's true. Well, today let's leave you with a look outside at UCO.
Well, it looks like a good night outside.
It looks really wonderful out there. So, have a good night, everyone.